What's up, guys? Adam from GoGetEmSports here, episode 4 of GoGetEmSports Live. You know the deal, sports talk, some bets for today's slate, and of course, what most of you are here for today, my 5-unit whale guaranteed pick of the day. All right, UFC, Utah, Jazz, NBA playoffs. Let's hop into it. This episode of Go Get 'Em Sports Live is brought to you by the one and only PickCity.com. Your next bet is with PickCity.com. Any league, any bet, we got you covered at PickCity.com. Welcome, my host, Shane William Billiamson. What's up, buddy? How we doing?
I thought I was doing good until you decided to copy me on this champ shirt. You just want to be me so bad.
Hopefully a new sponsor for us at Champions. Maybe get some sponsors going here, but let's hop right into it. Of course, last night, Suns dominate the Nuggets. D-Book and Chris Paul just took over that game against that awful backcourt of the Nuggets. What did you see last night, buddy?
Dude, the Nuggets suck against the Suns. Like, they can't do anything. Like, every game just feels like they're not competing. Like, Jokic has literally nobody. Like, nobody in this backcourt can guard Mitchell or Paul. Or not Mitchell or Paul, Booker or Paul. Campazzo, garbage. Monte Morris decides to finally have a good shooting game this series. Nothing. He's the second best scoring option on this team. Austin Rivers is irrelevant. Will Barton's finally back from injury. He's only going to play like 20 minutes. He's not really going to save you in this playoff series. You're down 3-0. I'm not going to be surprised if they lose game 4. It's a wrap.
Yeah, I think it's a wrap. I mean, D-Book and Chris Paul are just dominating the series right now. Obviously, Nuggets backcourt is pretty banged up with no Jamal Murray. Will Barton came back, but he's just not the same. Still not fully healthy, I don't think. And it just comes down to Jokic just not being enough. And it's not a hit on him. It's just usually a center can't carry a team to the point where he can be the number one guy and be the guy to carry them. It doesn't happen often. And if anybody puts any blame on this guy, it's a shame. It's awful. I think he's playing with whatever he's got in tank. He's putting out there every night, he's putting up numbers. I mean, he's still put in 30. Just not enough firepower to keep up with the Suns team, who can shoot the lights out.
Dude, he had 30, 20, and 10 last night.
It's
30-20 game. Your team only puts up 102 points. Aaron Gordon, this might be one of the worst trades in NBA history because what is he doing? What?
It's awful.
Like, hold on, I'm gonna pull up his fucking game stats from last night. He 36 minutes, 4 points.
Brutal.
Like, and then he scored 6 points the game before. Like, this team gave up a good bit to get you, and you're doing nothing. It seems like he's okay with taking like a back seat, which I don't understand, but he's taking like next car over back seat. I don't understand. I feel bad for Jokic. You're putting up arguably one of the best playoff games in a while, 30, 20, and 10,
Yeah,
and your team's losing by double digits. Like, what
yeah.
else could you do?
He can't do much. I mean, obviously he's putting up, like you said, 30, 20, and 10 in the game and still losing the playoffs. It just comes down to how important Jamal Murray was to his team last year. They still have Aaron Gordon, like you said, who's not playing well, he's not scoring. But MPJ is doing all right. He's up and down, inconsistent. Paul Millsap's old. It's just their bench is horrendous.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they made it into the playoffs. If Jamal Murray got hurt in the beginning of the year, they would have made the playoffs. They're lucky that he got some season out of him. Next year will be interesting to see how all these pieces fit together, but that's another topic for another day. Suns up 3-0. I'm going to bet they take the sweep and run away with it. I just don't see how Nuggets stop Chris Paul and D-Book. I don't see it.
They have nobody to guard them.
Nobody, like zero, none, no backcourt, no front court whatsoever. Sorry, backcourt whatsoever, and it's showing now. I thought Nuggets would take maybe one game in the series, maybe two, but it's horrendous. It's bad. I think it's a pretty easy sweep for the Suns team. So
it's kind of crazy how they're like handling the Nuggets, but then like the Lakers kind of gave them some bump, and I think this Nuggets team's better than the Lakers. I don't care if the Lakers team had LeBron.
I think it's a different comparison. I think the Lakers have that persona, meaning they're more intimidating. Because obviously you have LeBron and AD and Kuzma and guys who should be performing the way they are, and if they're healthy, you know how good they're going to be. But obviously that team wasn't healthy, right? Davis was hurt the whole time. LeBron was not 100%, like we talked about last week. But this Nuggets team, when fully healthy, I think is one of the most exciting teams to watch. With Jamal, it's a totally different game for them. It's more fast-paced, more breakout runs. This team, you have to slow it down, run plays for Jokic, run plays for MPJ, right? You can't, no fast break scoring for this team. I think they had 8 fast break points in game 2. So it's definitely a different style. I don't think Mike Malone likes playing this way. I think he likes to run the floor. So it's just they're all screwed up. So
I think he should be on the hot seat, to be honest.
so?
Yep. Dude, okay. Whenever the Nuggets lose, he just like makes excuses like, oh, they just quit and stuff. Like, who wants a coach that just like berates the team like that after a game, a playoff game like that?
Yeah, but
just saying that you quit.
Also have to look at it is, can you really fire a coach after losing arguably his second best player?
It's
huge.
The Nuggets.
Maybe sometimes more important than Jokic to this team.
I'm not saying he should or shouldn't be fired. I'm saying that he should at least be considered on a hot seat.
Should be considered. Next year, he will definitely be in the hot seat when Jamal comes back. And you have Jamal, MPJ, Will Barton, Jokic all healthy again. Start the year, hopefully. That's what we hope for. And if Paul Millsap comes back or retires, whatever. But next year, he'll be on the hot seat. But I think he's cool for this offseason. See what they do with Aaron Gordon in the offseason. But I think he's fine for now. But next year, at the end of the year, it'll be a decision for the team to make if he's coming back or not. Because there's just too much talent when everyone's healthy not to make a playoff push, at least the conference finals.
Yeah.
But next year, the West is going to be stacked, regardless of what Blazers do. We still got the Jazz, Lakers still going to be there, Clippers, Suns, Nuggets, right? So it's still going to be a stacked conference. But that talent they have can rank up with any of them. So it'll be interesting to see next year. All right. Moving on to one of the worst playoff games I've ever seen in a long time.
Me sitting there watching this game, I felt like I was in 1980 and I wasn't born until 20 years after.
This is where I take a step back and think to myself, is the NBA really rigged?
No, like that's like one of the worst things I've ever heard in my life.
Explain to me, right? How as a team with no Harden beats this team by 40. 40, not 10, not 8, 40, a football score. And you can't score 100 points?
They were shooting terribly. I don't know what else you want. They can't shoot 60% the entire series.
Explain to me why KD didn't have the ball at the last possession.
I mean, he shot.
Zero. You can't say anything to make me feel
All
like
right.
that.
Counter question. Why didn't Kawhi Leonard have the ball in his hand during game 2 on the last shot? Why did Marcus Morris take it?
Because Marcus Morris is a ball hog.
No, they passed the ball the entire time, and it just ended up in Marcus Morris' hand. It's just how it works.
Brown had the ball to begin the series.
I mean, Durant took the shot. He just, I don't know what to tell you.
How do you score 84 points?
It was 86 to 83.
How do you score 83 with that team?
Joe Harris shot 1 for 11 from 3. I'm pretty sure.
Dude, that is
nobody was making shots. Yeah, dude. Yeah, you can't expect them to shoot 60% every game. You want to listen? Check this out. So
you really have to stop and think for a second. Does that team, in any way, shape, or form, I don't care if you shoot 30%, should they be scoring 83 points a game?
I mean, it doesn't matter if they should or shouldn't. They did.
It's awful. That's horrendous.
You want to listen to this? Ready?
That's one of the worst
playoff games ever.
By one of the best teams of all time.
From both teams, to be honest. So Middleton and Giannis scored a combined 68 of the 86 points for the Bucks, and then Kyrie and KD scored 52 of 83 for the Nets. Nobody could score the ball besides like the stars.
So bad. I mean, I'm not even going to talk about it because I'm going to say some stupid shit. I'm going to get pissed because I don't understand how you score 83 with that team. I don't. What Blake Griffin have? 0?
He had 5, 6.
Joe Harris 1 for 11. Yeah, keep shooting, dude. After you're 1 for 6, I think you should maybe chill out. But what do I know?
The game finished over 60 points under the spread. Imagine taking the over in that game. That was terrible.
I didn't have the over. I had the Nets team total over.
Oh, dude, that game, I felt like I was aging watching that game.
Yeah, it was awful. It's so bad. Nothing else to say about it. It was bad. Awful.
Not Drew Holiday wasn't even playing well. Like literally, it was 4 people on the court having like a good game. Middleton went nuclear, like for the first time in the playoffs.
Yeah, he's finally shooting the ball well again. This just leads up to like what happens in next game, like betting wise. Like who are you taking?
I don't know. The Nets are favored right now. Nets are like 1.5 point favorites, which I'm confused. I don't know. I personally wouldn't touch the spread in that game. I would more so just try to focus on who you think is going to win the game. But dude, it's tough. This is like this should have been the most exciting like series like of the playoffs, but so far all 3 games have underwhelmed.
Yeah, it's just in a betting standpoint, you look at the Nets and say, bet them every game of the playoffs, and you should make some money. But after seeing that and like watching Giannis and Middleton just dominate this team, do they even it up?
I don't think that either team shoots as bad as it did last game.
I really hope not, because this series should be a shootout. And seeing an 86 to 83 game is absolutely disappointing. And I want to throw up.
I'm gonna drop another bomb on you. I told you Mike Malone was on the hot seat. I think Budenholzer's definitely on the hot seat.
So perfect example. Malone is Budenholzer next year.
Which is crazy. They're like 2 of the higher up there coaches kind of in the league, and they're both
so you gotta do something.
Real danger.
How do you think Giannis is right now?
I think the Bucks aren't happy the way they won that game, like in general. Like they're happy they're not down 3-0.
Happy from that standpoint, you played like shit.
I mean, Giannis played fine, but like
I play every game, but the team itself played like garbage, and you should be down 3-0. Yeah. You're lucky to get that game out 2 nights ago.
I think the Bucks need to make a change to their starting lineup, and it's more than just PJ Tucker. PJ Tucker, I don't think should be really seeing the court right now. Yeah, he's a good defender, but they put him on Durant, he's still dropping 30 a game. So I don't really.
Literally an okay defender and a corner 3-point shooter. That's what he is.
Yeah, but I think they need to move Brook Lopez out of the starting lineup because he's too slow. This is meant to be like a fast-paced environment. I think they either run Giannis at the 5 or slide up Bobby Portis, something. Just give you more athleticism on the court because Blake Griffin is looking like Blake Griffin of the Clippers.
Yep.
So I think you need something to kind of match that athletically, and Brook Lopez is just not that. He's kind of just like a spot up guy at this point.
Yeah, I can't cut it physically anymore. I guess you go small if you put Giannis at the 5 and just run up down the court. I mean, Blake Griffin's what, 6'8"?
I think he's like 6'9", 6'10". Hold on, I'll pull up his exact height.
I think Giannis could guard him pretty
He's 6'9",
well.
6'9".
It's not about. I don't think it's really about defense at this point because both these teams are just scoring machines. But if you put Giannis at the 5, I think they match up pretty well.
I think that the Bucks should be prioritizing offense on the floor at all times, which I think puts Giannis at the 5.
You have to because you can't say to yourself, "Oh, we're going to stop the Nets."
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to, unless you do what they did the last game, which is just awful. But all right, end of that bullshit. I literally can't stand that game. Literally pissed me off so much watching that. Big game tonight. Huge game. I don't know why Paul George and Kawhi keep putting themselves in this situation, but they're back in it. Down 2-0 to the Jazz. Lost both games in Utah. Back to LA tonight for Game 3. I know we talked about this before the show, but what do you got tonight?
Well, I'm gonna have 2 free picks later about this game, but the Clippers are pissing me off, man. Like, what are these rotations they're running? You don't run Boogie Cousins at all in the first series. Why is he getting run right now?
Yeah.
Why? Then first game you play Batum at the 5. You see that doesn't work. You put in Zubac. Zubac gets in foul trouble, and then Batum doesn't even still get the run he should.
Yeah.
And then Rondo plays 28 minutes in one of the previous games due to like Reggie Jackson foul trouble. But I think he should have still been in the rotation, at least over Patrick Beverley, because Patrick Beverley is literally just a walking wheelchair. But Rondo doesn't play like last game.
Yeah, I don't get that. How do you not play Rajon Rondo in a playoff game?
I mean, he's been playing bad, but still,
honestly, a must-win game for the Clippers last night. Or 2 nights ago, sorry.
Yeah, like, I get Rondo's playing bad, but are you really going to give Terrence Mann more minutes than Rondo? Yeah. You're going to give Luke Kennard more minutes than Rondo?
I mean, great shooter, but you need a floor general right now.
Playoff experience.
Especially tonight. He needs to play 30 minutes tonight.
That's not going to happen.
He needs to.
Reggie Jackson is going to stay on the court. He's like the number 3 on offense.
Reggie Jackson's playing well. He's shooting the ball pretty well.
He's the only reason they were kind of in that game last time.
I think the Clippers are going to come out strong tonight. I think they're going to shoot the ball well. Morris, Kennard, Jackson, Kawhi. Don't get me started with Paul George.
Yo, playoff P.
Playoff P. Yeah, playoff P. He sucks. Oh, Christ, dude. Dude, if they get swept.
I don't think they get swept. Spoiler, I think they win tonight. But
we both agree on that. I think the books see that too, obviously. 5-point spread to a team who just lost 2 pretty not so good games against the Jazz. I mean, now they give them a 5-point spread. It's kind of weird.
Mike Conley's still questionable tonight. I don't think he plays again.
No, why would you? You're up 2-0.
I mean, I don't see him playing. Yeah, Donovan Mitchell has just been literal like God on the court shooting the ball.
Yeah, he's playing out of his mind.
Out of his mind. Ingles finally steps up. Gobert's just Gobert. He doesn't nothing changes with Conley on or off the court. He's kind of just there to grab rebounds and putbacks.
Yep.
The Jazz are like running a super tight rotation. I don't know if you've noticed. Like they're running like 6 guys like 30 plus minutes.
Basically, Niang. It's Donovan, Niang.
No, not even Niang plays like 10 minutes. It's like Bojan, Clarkson, Gobert, Royce O'Neal, who's been defending Paul George like to the core this series. and then
Ingles.
Mitchell and Ingles. That's basically it. You put in Derek Favors whenever Rudy Gobert has to get off the court, and then Niang gets like 10 minutes off the bench. But otherwise, this like
Dude,
I feel like that's gonna tire him out.
Joe Ingles talks some shit.
Yeah, dude, he was splashing last game, dude.
That dude talks some shit, man. He don't give a fuck who you are. He's gonna splash in your face.
Yeah, finally.
I took a clip on my phone because I was watching the Memphis series and I was like, holy shit! I think it was like game 1. Him and Brooks were going at it, and first play of the game, they come down, Jazz with the ball, and they run like a little slip screen for Ingles coming down off the elbow to a 3-point shot. And they hit the screen, right? And they run into him, and Ingles goes into Jaren Jackson, and he literally just like shrugs him off like this. He pushes him off himself and goes to the 3-point line. And now Brooks is on him again, bangs it in his face, starts running back as soon as he shoots it, and goes like this. Points at Brooks. Like, I love how Ingles plays. I love how he looks like a 45-year-old dad with 6 kids, but can still ball out.
He might look like the oldest player in the league.
He literally looks like a guy who would play Adam Sandler at a pickup game. Literally.
Yeah, don't disrespect Adam Sandler. He'd probably cross him up.
I'm just saying that's what he looks like.
But the Clippers to win, like, they need to solidify their rotation. I don't know what they do. I don't care if you start Batum or Zubac at the 5 because they've tried both. Zubac got in foul trouble last game, so that might have been a problem.
I think Zubac just because of the Gobert factor.
The size. Yeah, but you got to think like
get rebounds against this team. You cannot give the Jazz second chance opportunities. The Jazz takes a whole shit ton of threes, the most in the league, right? And like we saw in game 1, when in the first half they couldn't shoot for anything. The Clippers
one of the games they missed 20 straight shots. The Jazz. And the fact that you still win a game after missing 20 straight shots is kind of.
Came out in the second half, but like I said, this first half of that game 1 is what Clippers need for this whole game tonight. No second chance opportunities. Let them shoot the 3. If they make them, they make them. If they don't, you have to get the boards. You can't let Gobert. You can't let Donovan come in and do like some crazy putback dunk. You can't have that tonight. You dominate both glasses. That's why Zubac got to play. That's why DeMarcus Cousins is in there. You need to crash the boards against this kind of small Jazz team. Other than Gobert. After that, it gets pretty small. I think O'Neal plays the 4, right?
He plays like the 3, but then they just switch him on to Paul George whenever he's on defense.
Is it Bojan?
Yeah, they like kind of alternate.
So it's after Gobert, it's kind of small. I think the second tallest player after that is 6'7", 6'8". So you might need to go big here tonight and maybe play. Maybe I'm not going to say start DeMarcus Cousins, obviously, but
that's not going to happen.
You need to dominate on the boards tonight, and if you don't, you get your ass kicked. So that's probably the biggest thing for me in the Clippers game tonight is 1, Paul George has to score at least 20, 25. Kawhi's got to get his 35 and 5. You have to dominate the board. Zubac, 10 rebounds tonight. And stay out of fucking foul trouble. You dummy.
I think the X factor of this game in particular is Marcus Morris. Whenever he shoots good, the team shoots good.
He's got to bang him down.
I think last game he was like 1 for 9 from 3. Like you can't do that. Yeah. It seems like the trend on how the Clipper team shoots goes through Marcus Morris. Whenever he shoots like 5 for 5 from 3, they're cashing 23s a game. But whenever he's bricking, it's just
it's also good
building a house.
The fact that when he shoots and when he's scoring points, he talks a lot of shit. He gets his team. He's one of the motivators in the team. He's one of the leaders. He's been here, done that. He's one of those guys that can literally turn your team upside down both ways. If he's not shooting the ball well, he's gonna try to push it and shoot more. But if he's shooting the ball lights out, like sometimes he is, he's a great addition to your team. Another thing for Morris, can you play like some defense, like any?
I don't know if I can guarantee you that.
Literally one of the worst on-ball defenders I've seen.
Yeah, I was watching. It's funny watching him get cooked. Like even in the last series, him getting cooked by Luca was pretty funny. He was
I
jumping
think
on everything.
Luka is like it's gonna happen, but every time he gets the ball, dude, like
Like he just gets like he jumps at like every pump fake.
he wants to block every shot. I don't know, but huge game for the Clippers tonight. I think they take it pretty easily. To be honest with you, I think Jazz kind of coasted this game, kind of regained some strength for Game 4.
Cardio game.
Yeah, I kind of think they coast here. I like the under here as well. I think the Clippers lock down tonight and try to hold Donovan to less than 30. I mean, it's gonna be hard to do that, but if they can do that, this should be an easy win for the Clippers tonight. You have them in your free picks, which we'll get into now. All right, buddy, you can go first, and then you get the Clippers.
All right, yeah, I can't take that spread. The fact that it's gone up after so many people have looked at betting it, I don't think I can touch the -5. But I would take the money line because this is a must-win game for them at home. I think we get a vintage performance from somebody, which is gonna deal with another pick of mine. But I think they need to hit the threes and hit them early to try to keep the Jazz at bay.
Is there any value tonight betting Jazz money line?
I don't know because I don't know what kind of Jazz team we're gonna get. Are we gonna get the Jazz team that's gonna be shooting threes, or are these guys tired after playing like 35 plus minutes?
I would take the Jazz money line tonight. It's the possibility get it in now and see if Conley plays.
I don't think. I think there's like an 85% chance he doesn't play.
I don't think he's going to, but if in 3 hours it announced that he is going to play, that line is going to jump. It's probably going to be a 2-point spread if he is playing. So the value might be on the Jazz before the announcement happens.
Mm-hmm.
If they do announce him out totally tonight, it could jump to a 7-point spread, which is absolutely crazy to me. That you're giving a team who's been kind of blown out the past 2 games a 7-point spread, but it's your choice to bet it or not. What else you got for a player prop?
All right, Kawhi Leonard's going nuclear tonight. I'm gonna speak it into existence. His over is like 27.5. I feel like that's way too low.
It's over.
I'm thinking we're getting 35 plus, like 8 rebounds, like 4 assists, couple steals and blocks. We need a vintage.
He's gonna go off.
Vintage Kawhi, I think, is what's gonna happen. We need it.
Totally agree. All right, guys. I think it's time for my whale tonight. So I'm going a little home bias here.
Oh, great. I already know where this is going.
But I have some analysis to back it up with. Okay. So the Blue Jays played the Red Sox last night. Red Sox came back down 3-0. Christian Arroyo once again hits a 3-run ding-dong, tied up. And we end up winning in the ninth with the Verdugo hitting off the wall. 4:10 Eastern time game. Blue Jays Sox. Red Sox are favored at -120. Lay the juice. And you're going to ask why. Okay, here's why. Sox come into today's game against the Blue Jays winning 7 out of the last 9, 11 out of the last 18 at home. They're throwing, obviously, Nick Pivetta today, who's 6-1 in the season, 3-0 at home. Looks to make it 4-0 to start his career at Fenway. The Red Sox are 10-2 in games started by Pivetta, including winning his last 4 home starts by an average of 3 runs. The last one was against the Marlins on the little the makeup game last week. The Sox also score a shit ton when he pitches. They're averaging about 6.5 runs a game when he starts. His ERA is a little high at over 3, but they score a lot of runs when he pitches. I don't know why. They've played some pretty solid teams. They played the White Sox, played the Braves, Astros, and they're scoring 6.5 runs a game. So maybe a team total bet as well. Kind of like the over today too, and this is why. Steven Matz throwing for the Blue Jays today, former Met, left-hand pitcher. Last time he faced the Red Sox in Toronto, Florida, he gave up 10 hits, 5 runs in 6 innings, and the Blue Jays are now 2-8 last 10 starts started by Steven Matz. So I think it's a no-brainer. I think the Red Sox are hot. Yankees are not.
All right, I don't know why you just had to take this fucking pot shot.
So I think the Red Sox are an easy pick today at 410. Lock it in, 5-unit banger. All right, Shane.
What up? Well, I just don't know why you just had to disrespect like the greatest team in like sports history like that.
Wait. Oh, sorry. Nelson Cruz and Josh Johnson are here. They want to say hello.
You know, they're pretty decent hitters. They're pretty decent.
Ding dong, back-to-back bombs. What was up with Chapman? What's going on with Chapman, boy?
I don't know. He sucks against the Twins. I don't know what to tell you. He has a terrible track record against the Twins. I don't know why we played him in that spot.
How do you get up two, dude? I can see you get up the lead, but you give another ding. Like, dude,
I think
like a little like screamer over the fence. Moonshots.
You know, Nelson Cruz clapped that ball.
Ranked it. Clapped Chapman's cheeks.
Dude, I think his worst, like, his stats against, like, a team that's the worst is, like, the Twins. Like, that's the team we performed against the worst, and we put him in. I don't know what to tell you.
What do you think they do going into the deadline?
Probably nothing, knowing the Yankees. It's like the Celtics. We do absolutely nothing.
Yeah,
and then,
I mean, you're
what is there to do? I don't know what you expect us to do.
Awful. You're starting pitching? It's okay. Bullpen? It's okay. How's Ottavino doing? Good?
I mean, he's not on my team. I can't really tell you what he's doing.
He's doing pretty fucking good, okay? He's doing pretty good for the Red Sox. Thanks for that deal and a half.
I don't know what you want from me. I feel like I'm being attacked.
If I'm a Yankees fan, I want a total rebuild.
I don't think that's gonna happen. Define total rebuild. Define total rebuild. Who are we getting rid of?
Dan, gone. Sanchez, gone.
Sanchez is like one of the only bright spots of the team right now. We can't get rid of him. Him and Andahar kind of carrying the offense.
How much longer are you going to give the rookie? Not the rookie anymore.
Clint Frazier?
How much longer are you going to give him?
I don't know. He was meant to be like the Brett Gardner replacement, but like I don't know. He's got a cannon though. Don't disrespect. He's got a cannon.
He does have a good arm. I think he can be moved before the trade deadline for another piece for you guys.
For what? Like a pitcher? Like what are we gonna do that for?
I think Severino's coming back, so you'll have a good solid top three with Cole, Severino, Domingo. It's not bad.
No, Kluber's gone. I don't know what I'm talking about.
And what kills me is I like your team. Like I like the guys in your team, but I hate the persona of you and these fellow fans every single year.
Sounds like the Celtics fans.
This is the year we're gonna do it.
Yeah, does it ring any bells with basketball?
Yeah, it does. With the Cowboys.
No, I'm talking about basketball with a certain team that has green, black, and white as their colors.
No.
Oh yeah. Oh, we almost made the finals over that. Okay, guess what? The Yankees almost made the World Series a couple times. Guess what? It doesn't happen.
Awful.
I feel like you should have chose the Saints over the Cowboys.
No, Cowboys talk every year like it's their year.
So do the Saints. You have your brother is a Saints fan.
With Dak Prescott coming back, and this team's gonna be like, "Oh, NFC East is ours, NFC East," and then the Eagles come out and smack your ass.
I wouldn't say the Eagles. The Eagles are the worst team in that division.
I don't think so. But
who's okay? Then who's wait? No, hold on. Backtrack right now. Who do you think's the worst team in that division? You better watch your mouth.
The Redskins.
What? They literally just won the division.
Redskins.
The football team. Thank you. Let's be politically correct here.
Team.
They have arguably the best defense in football, and their offense got better. I think they're in the top two for contention to win the division.
I think it's health. Health's their problem. Terry can't stay healthy. They lost Williams in the O-line. No, thank you.
You're gonna love it when the Giants are up there too. Woo!
I'm not a hater of the Giants.
Danny
Defense,
Dimes looks
defense
yoinked.
is shaky.
Do you say our defense is shaky?
A little bit.
Bruh.
Secondary, little shaky though.
How I want you to utter to me how a secondary with Xavier McKinney, Logan Ryan, Jabril Peppers, James Bradbury, and Adoree Jackson as the starters.
I mean,
is
Dory,
shaky.
all the other guys are kind of like
Bradbury was literally a top 5 corner last
Bradbury
year.
got a fluke year.
No,
You
he
know
literally
that.
he literally played similarly to that in fucking Carolina. The only reason he didn't get talked about is because he was in Carolina. Oh,
Well,
dude.
that's for in a couple months to talk about NFL, but we're gonna wrap it up here.
Oh, dude, that hurt my heart. Oh.
Any UFC picks before we head out?
No, but the card should be interesting though, with it being like a bunch of rematches.
Yeah, it's
gonna be interesting.
I think he could get upset tonight.
I could see it happen.
I could see it. I think it's gonna be by submission.
Submission. I think it goes decision. Let's talk about the fights that really matter. Lamar Odom knocking out that random.
Right now. All right, we'll see you guys next week when Shane has more bullshit to talk about.
Bullshit. I don't know who you're talking about.